some quick nuggets here. Shalom, y'all. I'm just, let's see, switch. Okay. Yeah, want to say shalom to y'all. Good to see everybody tuning in. I got some good stuff to talk about, interesting stuff. I'm gonna put some stuff into perspective. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can do something here. Hey, if y'all watching on YouTube, I just let me know if the audio is okay on there. Okay. Again, if y'all are watching on YouTube, let me know if the audio is okay. Oh, brother Michael. Shalom, sis. And let me go on over here to the book. See if I can get that up and going. I'm just trying something. But yeah, I got a good message for y'all. Let me share that. Shalom, y'all. All right. Almost done. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to put some stuff into perspective here. There we go. Somebody trying to call. It's like they folks decide to call as soon as you go live. But anyway, let's see what y'all said there. Shalom. Audio is great. All right, awesome. Okay. So there's some stuff I want to talk about. I understand spiritual combat. One of the core focuses of spiritual combat is marriage and relationship. In my life, I went through a lot of development as a man. There were a lot of areas I was hindered in this area when it comes to marriage, relationship, meeting women, creating attraction in a relationship with a woman, all that stuff like that. There was nobody to teach it to me. I had to just search for answers and get answers on it. And at the beginning of my journey, researching all this stuff, the beginning of it, a lot of it was half-truths, okay? Let's see. Okay. Hey, shalom, Roosevelt. Good to see you in there. Shalom. Tovaya. Shalom. Good to see you in there. But majority of what I learned coming up regarding relationships was half-truths. How to be a man. It was a lot of half-truths. A lot of information that if I had a press with it longer and implement it into me dealing with women longer, it just would have caused a lot of damage in women's lives and in my own. As I press forward through my journey and observations and learning and growing in relationship understanding, not just studying it, but actually living it and implementing it and using it and seeing it in other people's lives and getting confirmation on everything that I was learning, I found more and more truth. Fast forward, came into my biblical awakening, then later my Hebrew awakening, and I saw where, man, the Bible has like pure 100% truth and reality on relationships, on men dealing with women and women dealing with men. And then I saw, so one of the things that troubled me coming up in this truth and coming up in life, in life period, was the fact that I dealt with a lot of death related to relationships. I knew a lot of men who killed themselves over relationships. It's funny because there's a statistic and it got real high in the early 2000s because the laws were so upside down. And it still happens now though, is a lot of men flip out and kill their whole family and then kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Over marriage, relationship stuff. They know the woman's going to get custody, take all their stuff. And it's like, it's so upside down unfair. They don't get it. They missed the fact that they chose the wrong woman. They missed the fact that, the women missed the fact that they chose the wrong men. It's a lot. There's a lot of that going on. Fast forward to right now, the new revelation, or whatever you want to call it, the next level of my relationship understanding, things like that. Torah law, how Torah, the Hebraic cultural way that relationships function versus the church way, or the way it's done today. One of the things I'm going to be getting into now, and I'm going to be encouraging women and men alike to do when it comes to relationships, is you shouldn't even begin to talk to another man. This is for the women, or if you're a man, you shouldn't even begin to talk to another woman unless there is an elder man of reputable biblical understanding that could co-sign off with them. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand what I'm saying, let me break it down better. Moving forward, if you're in this Hebraic awakening, this Hebraic understanding, and you're a single man or you're a single woman, before you even begin talking, you should be like, hey, she's attractive, or the man should be like, hey, she's attractive, or the woman should be like, he's attractive, whatever. But before I go say anything or begin to get my emotions attached to him, let me go talk to this elder who knows this dude. And you might go over to that elder who knows that dude, and that elder will know that you, as a woman, you're on your path. You got your college education. You're a wise woman. You're submitted. You got your stuff together. You're shaking and moving and you're doing things and you're smart and you're wise and this, that, and the other. And then that elder or an elder or somebody who could co-sign for him will know, you know what? This dude just came out of this. He just got laid off from this job. He's had a history of immature decisions. You know what? Leave his ass alone. Vice versa. And Kabir is a witness on this. He was saying how when he was looking for a woman, well, Kabir got his stuff together. He's developed from being a simp to being a real masculine man. He got his financial situation airtight. He has a degree in finance or something like that. So by all intents and purposes, an elder could be like, yeah, this dude is airtight. This dude good. He knows what it means to be a man. He got his house in order. Okay? So Kabir, and he said this, he was like, hey, what about her? And an elder was like, no, like we know her history. She working on this. She getting this under control, this, that, and the other. So you're like, Michael Israel, what are you trying to say here? I'm trying to say, Michael Israel, you trying to push arranged marriages? Hell yeah. Yeah. Because I see it. I'm like, after my experience, what I've lived, what I've seen, women can put on a good act. Women can put on a good act. And men can put on a good act too. And when a woman sees a man and she got the naughty tingles, when you got the naughty tingles, you can't think straight. Same thing, vice versa. I'm not favoring any side. Like, when a dude see them hips and them dips, he will convince everything else that she is the one. You know what I'm saying? Because he thinking with the little head, not the big head. Okay? Same thing with a woman, you know? When that man and, you know, put the enchantment on her with his mouth talking and got her feeling hot and bothered, she can't think straight. It overrides your conscious, or not your conscious, your logical mind. This is why you need an elder who's grounded in the word, or whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to assign to a person who's grounded in scripture, who's not off in his emotions, who doesn't have some type of agenda, who could say, no, you don't need to be messing with her. She got growing to do. Or, sister, no, don't mess with his ass. He got a lot of growing to do. He's very immature right now. To put the brakes on for, you know, you're another train wreck out here. Okay? So what am I saying? I'm saying this is tying into another thing. What is it? What is this going into? This is why you gotta find righteous biblical leaders that you can get up under. Dare I say the word? I ain't getting up under no man. And this, that, and all this stuff. And man, hey, listen, this is how real what I'm saying is. There's Hebrews that I watch on YouTube, and I'm like, dude, damn, that woman didn't see that he was a damn mess. Like, I can watch him and see that he is immature and bad relationship material. And it's like, damn, she didn't see that? What the hell was she thinking? You know what I'm saying? There's women, I could read, I don't even need to talk to most of the, 90% of the women out here, I don't even need to talk to them. I could watch them from a distance. I could watch them from so far away that they won't even physically be able to see me and peep the Jezebel out on them. Or dare I say, because now everybody's saying, well, Jezebel was submitted to her husband. So I'm not going to say Jezebel. I could peep the rebellion on them from a mile away and discern it. This is why we need gray-haired people to give us advice. And if it lines up with the book, do it. I'm not telling you to come worship at my feet, but our people are stiff-necked. They think they know everything. They ain't getting up under nobody. They don't want no authority over them. They don't want nobody telling them anything that is against their God of emotions and feelings. Okay? If you speaking to their emotions and feelings, they with you 100. You see what I'm saying? But if you speaking against their emotions and feelings, ooh, God forbid. Okay? So what I'm saying is, and I'm talking about, I embarked on my journey of self-development and trying to become a man, and then it culminated in me, you could say, graduating it. You know, I came into the biblical truth, got to understand. But this is at the age of 27. You know, I knew I was screwed up as far as understanding what it meant to be a man. I knew that for years, but I consciously embarked on developing myself as a man at the age of around 26, 27. I'm 43 now. I've experienced, I don't just have book knowledge or stuff like that. I've actually experienced this stuff. I've talked to hundreds of other people about relationship problems and confirmed everything I've learned. And then I live it. You know, I'm married, you know. So And then studying more, learning more about our Hebraic culture, I realized, I was like, damn, if you get under under wise leadership, and what do I mean when I mean wise leadership? You study the Bible first, and you see if what the person saying and doing lines up exactly with what the scripture says. If it does, follow them. If they have a ministry, follow that thing. And then you get up under something like that, and they can set something up for you because they know the history on people. You see what I'm saying? It's going to save you a ton of heartache and pain. You get with one of these ministries that let these women run around like big mouth monsters, and it's just messy, and you see a whole bunch of key things that don't line up with the Bible. There's ministries that there's little things I don't agree with or I don't feel like really line up, but the core stuff that you need to be concerned with is how are the women dealt with? How are the men dealt with? How are relationships dealt with? What do they teach on Like, that's core. That's big. And they just let people hook up and shack up, and it's sloppy and messy out there, and nobody's involved. And, well, ain't nobody up in my bedroom. Ain't nobody up in my relationship. Keep up and all that crap. Nah. I mean, that tears these so-called assemblies and ministries apart. All that sloppiness. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you're going to save yourself a lot of time. On these things, and then they throw me the... That man said, hey, that's that footwork, brother, man. That man said he Euro stepping on these things. Hey, man, you crazy, dude. I got to make a video of that. The Euro step. That's that footwork, baby. That Euro step. So I'm going to just read what y'all saying. Back in the day, you would have to talk to the father first to start dating. Nowadays, you just swipe left and right on dating. Okay, so yeah. And because I left something out. There was a girl I was talking to. This is before I got married and everything. This is back in the day. This is before I embarked on my journey. And I did car work for her father, and I asked him about his daughter, and he knew the type of dude I was, military, all that hard work. And the dude told me straight up, he like, Mike, you don't want to mess with her ass. He like, she ain't where she need to be. And who knows his daughter better than a father, okay? And this is why, now, what I was talking about, you got a lot of women out there, and y'all confirm you got a lot of single women, or a lot of uncovered women, or a lot of women, they don't know their father and they don't have a husband. They just out here in these ministries, and the ministries kind of let them, they kind of put them on a pedestal, you know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of women out here that outside of you talking to them and trying to discern and feel them out, outside of that, you ain't got no witness on them. You can't co-sign on them. Same thing with the men. You got a lot of men out here. They just, where'd he come from? How do I know if he good? How do I know if he bad? Okay? Okay, so, man, hey, Mattathiah Ben Israel, he got, that's funny, dude. You got a lot of men out here, especially the way the world is now. Folks just be coming from who the hell knows where. You don't know them. You ain't got no witness. Can't nobody co-sign on them. Who the hell is you? We don't know if you a serial killer. 2 weeks ago, we didn't know who you was. You ain't got no witness, or you can't co-sign on them. I'm telling you, well, I'm going to just trust the Lord. That's what they be saying. And what do they mean when they say trust the Lord? I'm going to just see what my emotions tell me. Well, your emotions, They gonna tell you whatever the hell. But that's how 100% of the bad relationships go. They went into them with their emotions. Period. Point blank. Nothing else. You can't. 100% of the divorces are because they went into the relationship and nobody was co-signing on nobody. There was no witness on nobody. No. You see what I'm saying? So, what am I saying? So, if you get under a good ministry with good masculine leadership that's going according to Torah in all ways, what do I mean in all ways? Like, they ain't sidestepping those controversial areas where the woman must be submitted and this, that, and the other and all this stuff. But they going 100% on the Torah, what it's going to do. Any man that they recommend for marriage, that man is going to have went through the work of doing the spiritual development that's required to get to where he needs to go. Michael, why are you harping on this? Because in the Hebrew Israelite so-called awakening and spiritual combat, because I talk a lot on relationships, I get a lot of phone calls and emails on relationships, on domestic violence, on people getting STDs, on fist fights, and from men to women and women to men. It's sloppy. There's literally, that's why I keep saying, I call them Catholic Hebrews. I call them Catholic Hebrews or Christian Hebrews or Hebrew Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And that's not hitting on Ron's movie and that. I'm just saying Negroes that put a Hebrew stamp on them, but they still operating just like a Negro. Okay? There's no change. And that's because we not really doing Torah. We're doing Torah to a level to where it's convenient. But I could tell you, man, Madison and Samantha, like I'm setting this thing up so I could kind of be more in their life, so they not going to school. They're around me more, around my wife more, and I could be more involved in their life, and the dowry will be high on them. And a lot of the women out here don't even know what the hell a dowry is because they giving themselves away for free. Why? Because ain't nobody teaching them Torah. All right. So, Sister Koya put, truth. I do not believe in casual dating. Courting for marriage is biblical under the oversight of an elder or a father or somebody. There got to be some man with some damn wisdom. Dude, because I'm telling you, man, there was a situation where a sister got locked up because, come to find out, the dude was lying. Hey, shalom, Elder Rufus. Elder Rufus just comes straight down the middle, okay? And he said, he was like, look, me and him were having a conversation on the phone. He said the marriages that him and Pastor Dow set up never fail. That's a bold statement, okay? He said the ones that they didn't co-sign on get sloppy and rocky. Okay? But that's, again, the model that I was just talking about. You got to have some wise, like, let me tell you, the brothers who just come straight down the middle and don't spare your feelings, a lot of times, them is the dudes that they ain't going to get swayed by feelings and emotions and a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people feel like I'm changing, or because I was told by somebody, hey, Mike, people think you're going crazy, you're losing your mind. Nah, I'm getting brainwashed. I'm cleaning all the Christian crap out of this big dumb head of mine, and I'm constantly doing this. I'm very demanding on myself. And Koya will tell you, I'm demanding on my family too, but I wouldn't let y'all hear the way I talk to myself. It ain't a game, you know. But in this wicked ass deceptive society, you need hardcore men, dude. You need soldiers. You can't have these nice speaking gaffers, you know, tailpipe takers out here who want to speak candy cane stuff, because I'm telling you, man, is that it's a brutal society we live in. Is deceptively brutal. That's the best way I could put it. Okay? And this is why I bring stuff to you like this. And this is why I had to, and look, I'm just telling you 100. This is why I had to do some hard, feeling, hurting lessons in the past couple of days, because there were people I wanted to stop watching my lessons because they're a distraction. That's why I encourage them to just keep it moving. I don't mind people questioning me, though. Don't understand that. But some, like a lot of people tell me, because I got a lot of wise people who come and say, hey, man, you know, don't entertain that, you know, cut that off, you know, this, that, and the other. And I appreciate that wisdom, and I just cut it off because some silly, there's a verse for it, silly questions and gender strife, you know, don't entertain foolishness, you know. And so, yeah, but on the same note, understand that I don't stay stagnant. I understand there's a lot of work I still got to do. There's a lot of growing I still have to do. And I have to do it for my family, for my immediate family, for Koya and the girls, and for the people who follow me. I got to be honest, and I'm not going to stay stagnant. It's constant elevation. I got to keep it moving. If people are too stagnant or walking too slow, they just going to get left. Plain and simple, you know. But, you know, as I grow, you'll grow. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But it's not a game. So, moving, let's go back to a highly controversial topic, man. The multiple wives and concubines and all this. No man should move into that and make any move on that without an elder or somebody to co-sign that. To co-sign them and to co-sign whoever they're going to get into it with. Because I'm telling you, with that, I've seen the same stuff. I've seen dudes, even me, like I'm susceptible. It's like, damn, man. Hey, look, I see a nice set of hips and some hammers on some chick, and it's hard to think straight. That's why I tell these women, especially our sisters, cover your butt up. It's like, because your curves is very distracting. The Most High made y'all fearfully and wonderfully made. Did I say fearfully and wonderfully made? Yeah. He designed y'all so that we could be attracted. But it could be a distraction too. So don't act like it don't distract us. Cover that thing up. But that's why you need an older man or somebody with some wisdom to give you guidance on stuff like this. Because I'm telling you, you can't, on stuff like that, them hips and them hammers is going to influence the decision. Okay? That's the best I say. Same thing for the women. You know, that Negro 6'3", 6'5", and speaking all nice, you can't think straight. Yo, that's why all y'all be choosing all these Negroes out here now. You need to, that's what I'm saying, you need to be up under some damn righteous leadership. And this stuff out here, these clowns out here now, woo, I'm not going to speak on it. I'm done. I'm not even going to go down that road a little bit. But there's a lot of silliness out there. And the only thing you women and you men can diligently adhere to make a choice on who is going to be, who you're going to, what ministry or whatever. If you're a fatherless woman, or you're a woman where you have a father, but he's not in the truth. And even if you have a father, women, and he's not in this truth, he still can make a better decision on a man than you. I've seen men who are alcoholics and on drugs. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, I seen women who or men who are alcoholics on drugs, stuff like that, and they can still make better decisions on a man for their daughter than the women can. Because I'm telling you, once you have talked to a man a little bit and them emotions get to going, all rational thought goes out the window. Same thing for a man. Once he done got a missile lock on them hips and on them hammers, it's a wrap, dude. You can't think straight. I know I can't. So it's like, why do it? It's like, do it the biblical way. You know, go to elders who ain't got their emotions involved in it. You know? So that's how we got to move. Need I give examples of stuff that happens in the churches, stuff that happens in Hebrew congregations all over the damn place where, oh yeah, he a Hebrew, he here, we under this ministry, let's do it. And it's a natural disaster. It's like, the cold air combining with the hot air above, and it twists and it turns into a tornado. And it's just destruction. Come on, Doc. Y'all. And this is book. So when we begin to talk about, because I see a lot of these clowns, well, I ain't submitting under no man. And this, that, and the other. Hey, I'm beginning to see something different here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to have some people that we could go to, we could answer to a counsel or something in our ministry. You know, if you follow this ministry or you have a ministry, you got to have a council of people you could kind of go to who can kind of weigh in on a situation, give you some damn guidance at the least, But how are you going to know that? Most of y'all in these ministries don't even know the damn Bible. And I keep telling y'all over and over again, read the book of Proverbs. Before you submit to it, even spiritual combat, don't even listen to any more of my videos until you read the book of Proverbs and see all the error in yourself and make sure what I'm saying lines up with what's in the book of Proverbs. That's just basic, simple, first level stuff. And it's going to blow your mind when you read through the book of Proverbs. You're going to begin to see how messy these ministries are out here, man. You're going to see that they messy. All right, I'm going to read some of y'all comments. What time? Okay, we good. I got plenty of time. All right. So, yeah, you're going to begin to see how messy these damn ministries are, dude. These ministries are just so morally off. They're dangerous. They're doing you a disservice. And our women are unprotected. Our women are getting in relationships. They're getting beat. They're getting STDs. Dudes is calling it multiple wives and concubines. That's what they calling it, but they really just out there running through hoes. You know what I'm saying? They hoeing out. Like, instead of, like I said in my other video, this is what the dudes do. They sitting there, they not in the truth, they in the club. This is before they come into the truth. They in the club, they smoking weed, they drinking, they getting drunk, they running through women, they womanizing women, all right? Running through all this puss, okay? Now they come into the truth. Now they not smoking weed. They're partaking of the herbs of the earth. Now they not getting drunk and wasted. They're just drinking some spirits to settle their stomach or something like that. Now they not running through hoes. They taking on a second wife, and then because she's not submitted, a month later they give her a bill of divorce. You see what I'm saying? It's come on, dude. And this is why all these people come on here and they're like, Mike, what the hell you talking about multiple? Yeah, I understand why people like, because it's sloppy. But this is because there's no righteous leadership out there. And they're not encouraging you to submit under righteous leadership. And it takes time to discern righteous leadership. Okay? And there ain't a lot out there. I'll tell you that too. All right? But, if I was going to take on another wife, I wouldn't do it on my damn own. There's going to be some man that has no emotions invested in it. Gonna say, Mike, you ain't ready, and neither is she. You see what I'm saying? Most dudes ain't hearing that, though. Even if you're taking on a wife, period, one wife, and if you're a single man and you get ready to take on a wife, that wife needs to do, especially for the women, because the men tend to come out a little better in these situations. So let's talk to the women. Women, you should not be making any relationship decisions without a man involved. Preferably a dude with some gray hair, But that don't always, like one sister was like, yeah, we call them grays. And that's some old men that don't know a damn thing. They just got gray hair, but they dump it in a box of rocks too. So, the first step is y'all need to study the book of Proverbs so you know what wisdom even is, or at least you have a clue about it. All right, so let's see what y'all saying. I'm going to read through these. We truly do suffer for lack of knowledge. We desire no advice or wisdom from someone. Yeah, you got these dudes out here. Ain't no nigga telling me nothing, man. I got the spirit. I'm following the spirit. Yeah, the spirit of a big dummy. And if you had a bigger head, you'd be a bigger dummy. Because that ain't what the book say. It says, we desire no advice, no wisdom from someone that knows or who been through these experiences. Yeah. They just feel their way through life, and then it'd be a mess. Stiff-necked and hard-headed are people. Yeah, and that's written in the book, okay? True. Do not believe. All right, I already read Koya's statement. All right. Let's see. Urban Life, he said, you have to be careful of the parents these days, too. My own mother would be hateful and deceitful, running off. I wouldn't go to nobody's mother on whether I should marry anybody, though. I would not go to, I'm not, and you could say whatever you want, but I'm not going to a woman to figure out if I should marry another woman. All right. And I know that's hurting a bunch of people's feelings. All right. David Chosen Yah said, breaking down being equally yoked become overshadowed if you allow yourself to get your feelings attached to too soon. Yeah. And this is why, look, literally, this is why you got to, here's the steps. If you're a single man or woman, the first thing you need to do is read the book of Proverbs. And I would say read the book of Ecclesiasticus so you can begin to get your head, see how stupid you are basically, and see how bad you need wisdom. Then choose a ministry based on that. See if they line up with the moral principles that's in there. Then once you get under that ministry, you see some little fine thing with hips and hammers on it that you like. Hey, elder so-and-so, I was interested in her. You like, brother, I know she got all them curves, but you don't want to mess with her. You might want to consider this one. You're like, okay. Or they might say, hey, do this. Tape your eyes shut and get your damn mind right. Like, they might tell you that. Be ready for that. But most brothers, they can't get that because a lot of these brothers ain't been raised with men in their lives. So they don't even know how to take correction. So what that elder gonna do is any woman who interested in you can be like, nope, that nigga hard-headed. You see what I'm saying? This is why there's a lot of sloppiness in ministries, all that. Because then you got, I seen where the one brother, what's the dude out of KC? I forget his name, but I watched a video he did where some people went against what he said and got in a relationship and it was messy. Okay? So this is real talk, man. All right. Breaking down, all right. My dude Elder Rufus, he said, yes, sir, those marriages that submit to the leadership, and right there, that's a controversial saying. Submit to leadership and righteous leadership. Because there's unrighteous leadership out there. That's the majority of these Hebrew groups out here. But you don't know because you don't read. You're not going to know that Elder Rufus is a righteous dude unless what's righteousness? The word. So the way how I'm dealing with Elder Rufus, I'm listening to what he say. Do it line up with the book? Plain and simple. Now, the stuff he say, it might not feel good, but do it line up with the book? All right, so anyway, he said, yes, sir, those marriages that submit to the leadership, the ministry, never come back for counsel, and we've had 0 divorces of those marriages that submit from the jump. Listen, and the thing is, our people, a lot of people have contacted me, and they feel some type of way about submitting to other men or whatever, because there's so much wickedness out there. And a lot of our people don't even know how to separate evil leadership from good leadership. Matter of fact, I was just telling somebody yesterday, I done caught more flack about Straightway and Pastor Dow and the stuff he says in their ministry, like since I started getting involved with them, to which I'm like, I consider everything. Anything somebody brings to me, I don't just off the cuff get emotional, and I consider everything people say. I'm okay, but on the same note, I consider everything Pastor Dow say, Elder Rufus say. I look, I watch, I evaluate, I read in the scripture and see if it lined up. And it's crazy because I done caught so much flack dealing with them. And I've seen, I'm going to be honest, I ain't seen nothing that they've said or done that don't line up with the script. I'm still watching though. I'm not like, okay, they good and jump in. I'm watching. And they encourage me to watch. But it's amazing how much flack I've caught. But then when I watch what they're doing and how they're moving on a highly, I'm talking about, I got them under the microscope with a magnifying glass and following the scripture. And I'm like, damn, everything line up. But then the people nobody give me flack about be the wickedest ones. The ones who got the nice speech and the fun and the happy and doing all this, but they be wicked as hell. Nothing they doing lining up with script. They damn near a Christian, and nobody really say anything. So it's amazing. It shows me the lack. It says judgment is a weighty matter. It shows me the lack of judgment out there with our people. It shows me how emotional everybody is and how logical they're not. I know that's going to hopefully cause my unsubscribe rate to go down, but I'm going to be honest, my subscription rate is going up now, on Instagram too. It's like, but I'm telling you, man, I am really trying to make it plain to y'all, man. All right, so let's see. Never come back. So you saw what Elder Rufus said, regardless of what people say, I would follow Pastor Dow, Elder Rufus. Thanks. Yeah. Why? Okay, what do you mean why? I don't understand. You said regardless of what people say, I would follow Pastor Dow, Elder Rufus. Why? Yeah, well, you would probably follow them because of they're lining up with what the scriptures say. As soon as they deviate, if Elder Rufus ever deviated from the scripture, or if Pastor Dow ever deviated from the scripture, then I would deviate from them. You see what I'm saying? That's true urban life. That's why the men need to take the lead in these family matters. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these women out here could quickly be in a fruitful relationship. They wouldn't be single if they get under the right people. Some of these ministries, man, is dangerous for y'all to be in. Because there's no accountability or whatever the word is. There's nothing, there's no protection for the women. I'm telling you, women, this is in the Hebrew community, in this Hebrew awakening, under some of these ministries. If I called them out by name, y'all be blown away. You got women getting STDs. You got women getting manipulated. Young women getting manipulated in the relationships and exploited. Okay, you got women getting beat. You got men getting beat by women. And everything in between. Because there's no biblical, it ain't according to the book. Plain and simple. And these be the same women. It be the same women on there yelling at me when I start teaching on something that's biblical. It's so obvious that these women are full of, or these people, because it ain't just the women, that these people who come on, they coming against me, and then I just go over to your Facebook page and get a witness on you. In your Facebook page, you look like you selling your puss because you dress like a hooker. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and then after I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to say anything to them anymore, because obviously they're deceiving. They're deceived by their emotion. They don't see where they're going. But somebody got to come down the damn middle and shake your damn life up. And I will be the one. I don't mind. I'll shake you like one of them music things. All right, let's see. Elder Ruth, praise. All right, okay. And why am I doing this? I'm not doing it for view. Why am I doing this? Because I'm sick of seeing the destruction going on. I told y'all, man, one of the reasons why I'm so hardcore and passionate on this is, one, I was one of these misled people. And number two, I knew a lot of people who committed suicide because of a lack of this type of information being put out there. I'm talking about people blowing their heads off with shotguns. When you hit yourself in the head with a shotgun, there ain't nothing left but muck. Okay? So that's why I don't play around about this crap. And that's why I get so fired up when people teaching a feminized damn doctrine. And I'm the evil one. Why are people evil who give correction? All of a sudden they evil and they causing division. And the person who gets rebuked, listen to what I'm saying, and y'all tell me if I'm lying. Anytime you publicly rebuke somebody who's been teaching something publicly in error, immediately they go to Moses scriptures and Christ scriptures. Oh, they rebuke Christ. All of a sudden, they Moses and Christ. You see what I'm saying? They attacked them. There ain't nobody attacking you. We just show where you wrong. All for righteous leadership. Okay, don't get me wrong, but what happened to walking in fruits of the Ruach? Why are we talking about making carnal choices when we're walking righteously? Okay, so let's see. All for righteous leadership. Okay, okay, let's go all the way into that. What is righteousness? See, and these are the types of statements we need so we can clarify to people, because this is where the deception is at. What is righteousness? Righteousness is keeping the commandments, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. A micro breakdown of righteousness is the book of Proverbs. So if you are righteous, if you want to know what righteousness is, that's why I keep pointing people to the book of Proverbs. Then you could, after Proverbs, you could read Torah. and see Torah, which is righteousness. Okay? They don't, she said, don't, or he said, don't get me wrong, but what happened to walking in fruits of the Spirit or the Ruach? How do you walk in the fruits of the Ruach? You keep the commandments. You keep Torah. How do you keep Torah? How do you think in the Ruach? How do you know if what you're thinking is of the Ruach? You read the book of Proverbs so you can know what the right thoughts are. See, and a lot of these people, I can talk to them for a while and they'll literally say and do things that is perfectly opposite what the book of Proverbs says. See, this isn't no esoteric feeling type thing. This is book. There ain't no people be like, walk in the Spirit and you shall not fulfill the fruits of fulfill that of the flesh, and casting all things down that exalt themselves against the knowledge of Yah. What's the knowledge of Yah? Torah. How do you break that down into the minute level? Proverbs. The book of Proverbs. I'm telling you, is literally that simple. That's why I said people be coming with all this Christian-y, feeling-y, vague talk, and they wicked as hell, and their life reflects it. And if you as you read through Proverbs, you see that, hey, you need to be up under some righteous men that can advise you on stuff. You see what I'm saying? There ain't no wiggle room on what I'm talking about, I promise. All right, so somebody said, but there is no straightway elder in Trinidad. How does one choose a husband or wife in this case with no one to discern them? I would say call the child hall. They'll post the number in there. Well, I know I got Elder Beckel working overtime. Like every show, I'm like, child hall. Somebody post that number in there. We're going to make Elder Beckel work harder. All right, divide chosen of Yah, that is wisdom, of course. Sometimes people use following leadership as an excuse to avoid standing in personal responsibility in all matters. Yeah. But again, one way or another, you're submitted to some type of leadership. There is no getting around it. And what the Bible tells you, what Torah tells you, what everything tells you is like when it comes to these relationships and certain stuff in life, you need some type of advice on it. I mean, there's literally no way to get around that. You can't be out there on y'all. Even I'm telling you, me, and I teach on relationships, and I'm spiritually mature enough to know that, dang, if I'm talking to a woman long enough, and eventually it's going to cloud my judgment. But an unwise person, and when I say unwise, just people who are not aware of their emotions and how much their emotions influence them and can cloud their judgment, doesn't know that. And they're going to make poor decisions in life. They're going to make poor life decisions. This is book. I said, read the book of Proverbs. And then you're going to see where, hey, maybe where you're at right now isn't the best place. It says, I follow straightway, but there is no, okay, so we already read that. I just like in church with the old, well, pastor said blah, blah. Yeah, these people serving the Most High but not studying the Word, that's an oxymoron. Okay, that's why I said study the Word. I said the best place to start, exactly, the best place to start is the book of Proverbs, okay? Thank you. Let's see. People are men. All right, so let's see. Philippians, finally, brethren, whatsoever thing are true, whatsoever thing are honest, whatsoever thing are just, whatsoever thing are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever. Okay, so Philippians 4:8. This is where discernment comes. We cannot be afraid to be open for the wisdom of others. I don't want to get in the way of what Ak is doing, so I will move. Well, no, and again, this is what I was talking about. Our people don't have discernment. And again, I've showed y'all my suggestion for a good way to increase your discernment. Read the book of Proverbs and look at yourself with it. And as you increase the discernment of what's going on in you, you'll notice that your discernment on other people increases. And then you'll be able to discern good leadership. Because I see the masses of people following some wicked ass people. And the stuff ain't that hard to discern. They like a lot of these people call themselves, oh, I follow Torah. But yeah, but why are you following this dude when I gotten phone calls on some of the stuff this man done did? You see what I'm saying? Apparently there's bad discernment there. You know, but a lot of these people that all these people are following, they don't require anything of the people. It's just history lessons. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Here's somebody going into the moon. We ain't talking about the moon. Okay, again, you got somebody coming in. I don't know if they didn't take their Adderall this morning or whatever, but this, or maybe you just popped in. We're not talking about moon phases. So, you know, you could take that somewhere else. That's not the topic of today's discussion, you know. So, you know, you're out there in space with the moon. If you continue on that, the Moonies. Yeah, the Moonies done come out. Yeah, this ain't a Moonies channel. That's somebody else's channel. And if you want a perfect breakdown on anything with calculating feast days and all that, because this is where I direct everybody. Ron Shields, Divine Prospect, has a 5-hour breakdown on the moon that is irrefutable. I'm almost 100% positive that he's done more research than you on that topic, and he's Yah. I feel like Brother Ron Shield is Yah ordained to teach on that thing, because I mean that brother went in deep. You know what I'm saying? That's his spiritual gifting, is that scholarly gift of doing that research and breaking down all this information. So if you're a Mooney, you can head on over there and he will get you right on that, because I studied that video so I can understand the moon stuff. That's not my expertise. This is relationship talk. Okay? Why the disrespect? We're told to observe the signs in the sky for seasons and years and days. I'm just trying to figure out if people are keeping the correct appointed times and feasts. Okay, so again, if you want to figure out if people are keeping the correct times, days, and feasts, you can go over to Ron Shields, otherwise known as Divine Prospects YouTube channel, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries on YouTube. And he has a 5-hour breakdown that I too have studied. It's a comprehensive breakdown of the feast days, okay? Of the moons and all that. Today's discussion that I'm having here is concerning marriage, relationship, and how to meet a spouse and all that. And you coming in talking about the moon is kind of a distraction on the topic of discussion. That's all I'm saying. So what I did, I directed you and anybody else who's concerned about keeping the right day, I've given you direction on where to go if you want to get a comprehensive understanding. And what my dude Ron Shields did in that 5-hour long breakdown, he breaks down every understanding of it, because different people calculate it different ways, and he shows where everybody gets their understanding from, and then he concludes it with how he arrived at his. Okay, so go on over there. No harm, no foul, no disrespect. All right. All right, now he's calling me calm down, fools, but my bad, talk about relationships. Thank you, sir. So anyway, getting back to relationships, okay? So, like I said, now I'm all off topic, and Sister Koya on that ass, boy, she done hit the delete thing. So yeah, man. But like I said, this is why I'm going in the direction I'm going with relationships, because the thing is like I was bringing up the thing about multiple wives, and I want to start going into, I don't want you brothers thinking, oh, I could take multiple wives and my wife don't got no input on all that, but that still don't mean you ready for multiple wives. You need, I'm telling you, and like I said, I'm going to have some brothers get on here that are going to show you that, look, you need to have some counsel on taking on another wife, some type of leadership. And people, I'm telling you, folks got a problem with that word leadership or elder or being submitted up under somebody. Like they'll tell you in a minute, I'm submitted to the Ruach. And they marriage be pure hell. It looked like something out of they marriage looked like something out of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Like when they get home from work, they in there stretching, they putting Vaseline on, the husband and wife, they putting the Vaseline on, they putting on them UFC gloves, not so that they don't cut the other person, so they can protect they fist, and it's just a brawl and fight. They junk straight messy. But they're in the truth. When I say the truth, it's the truth spelled TRUFF. The truth. I'm in the truth. Yeah, but y'all damn fight like it's UFC up in that mug. Should we do marriage ceremonies, or does sex consummate the marriage sufficient enough? Okay. Sex is like the signature on a contract. What's it called? The ketubah is a marriage contract. So the ketubah says, hey, as a woman, I'm gonna do this. As a man, I'm gonna do that. But the ketubah is just a piece of paper until you sign it. The signature of the marriage is the sex. So just going around signing pieces of paper don't mean nothing. Just like typing something up on a piece of paper don't make it a contract or don't do nothing. So these people that's running around just sticking stuff and they're like, we's married. It's like, but wait, you didn't have a ceremony, you didn't have a ketubah, this, that, and the other. You just run around signing. Like if I go sign my name on the wall, what does that mean? If I get a piece of paper and just sign it, does that mean anything? No. It's the whole thing is a marriage. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Okay? So yeah, literally sex is like, and consummating the marriage is the signature. But that isn't the whole thing. The ketubah or the marriage contract and the ceremony, all that ties in. All right? Yeah, man. So yeah, that's how you do that. Somebody said you need counseling before monogamy too. I guess. What do you mean counseling before monogamy? You have to break that down to me, bro. But I mean, yeah, for those of you who are single, you need to take that time to get your mind right, get your mind spiritually aligned, and then, you know what I'm saying? Just take the time to do that, and you can then you can be more fruitful in your marriage if you so choose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, thank you, brother. Well, I might be an error because me and my wife have no marriage contract. Yeah, so all I would suggest to you to do is, if you're married, what you need to do is it's actually fun and a good thing. You could do a Hebrew marriage. I'm sure she'd be all with it. They call it renewing your vows, but write up a ketubah, get with some righteous Hebrew leadership. I'm sure, like Elder Rufus, I'm sure, or somebody like that would be happy to do it and have a marriage and invite brothers and sisters out and just do it righteously. Just, hey, tell your wife. She'd be like, look, I promise to love, honor, obey you, this, that. You put Bible scriptures in there, and you put scriptures in there saying how you can be committed to her and protect her and this, that, and plan out a wedding. Do it. I'd say, hey, plan your wedding out over the Thanksgiving vacation. Or we're doing a conference down here in Jacksonville over the Christmas vacation. Do your wedding then. You have plenty of brothers and sisters to bless you and be witnesses of it. And do it biblically. And then and it makes practical sense because now everybody understands, where they're at. You understand? So yeah, that's how to do that thing, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do in righteousness does matter. Yeah. And somebody said doing righteousness does matter. Absolutely. And righteousness is keeping somebody said he said ain't gonna be as manly as Kabir's wedding though. That was so badass. Yeah. Nah, I told Kabir, man, hey, he need to go in a wedding planning business. Him and them brothers who plan that wedding, man, they need to be wedding planners. Like my wedding, man, hey, when me and Corey, we gonna redo our wedding, hey, instead of them brothers coming out with spears, my dude's coming out with AR-15s, man. They gonna, hey, we taking it to another level, man. But yeah, that wedding was tight. Nor did we get a state marriage license. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't agree with state marriage licenses. All you're doing is now you're literally giving your authority as the man to the government, to a pagan, to the Babylonian government. So by getting a state marriage license, you're submitting your authority as the head in that relationship to the government. You're giving your power to them. That's the problem. That's why these dudes get, sodomized in their damn divorces. You know what I'm saying? They giving all their damn power to the government. Let's see. Ain't gonna be as man. Yeah. The best wedding ever. That's right, man. That's the new standard, man. Kabir set the standard with that wedding, man. Hey, let me see. The marriage contract in the Bible was what the Most High instructed for a husband and wife to do toward each other. Exactly. Husbands, love your wives as Yah his church, and woman, honor your husband as Yahusha. Okay? So, and that's Koya. Even Koya said, don't get a marriage license. She in there. She's telling y'all. Okay? let's see, some bayonets on the joint. He told me put bayonets on the gun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Oh man, I already got a vision for my job. Everybody gonna be in camouflage. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you don't want to do that, man. And what you can do is go to Kabir's channel. It's KGB94 and watch his wedding. And you'll hear Pastor Dow read through. And I'm talking about he reads through each verse because their ketubah, their marriage contract, is made up of Bible verses. Okay? And he reads it and he looks them in the eyes and said, now, are you going to do what I just read right here? Each verse. He reads another verse. Do you promise to do this? Boom. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Not one of these homosexual Greco-Roman flowery, take it in the tailpipe marriages. Not one of these. It's like some real contract, official, what's it called? Covenant type stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's good. So go watch that thing. And y'all should do it. And like I said, I'm going to be doing my conference here in December. If y'all want to get it, do it down here, let me know. We'll set that up. That'll be good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, man. But anyway, let me see what y'all saying over here. What's the website for the wedding video? The website is KG. Let me pull it up on here. I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but I'll show you how to get to it. All right. This thing's slow. KGB. Let me see if I can type down K. Yeah, KGB94 TV. And like his wedding, when you type that in YouTube, it should pop right up at the top. Because I'm sitting there looking at it now. Okay? So go on over there and watch it. And that's the standard. Right now, that is the template for marriages right now. He said, Brother Matt says, so that's the new term. Hey, man, you got to, what I have to do on here is there's certain stuff you can't say, man. There's certain stuff you can't say on YouTube, or they will flag your butt. So you gotta call them gayfers, and then even that, they gonna flag that soon. So tailpipe takers or pipe suckers or whatever you want to call them. But you gotta, because now they have AI, they have artificial intelligence programs now and people that look over all these, they look over all the videos, like the video, the video I did a couple this Shabbat, because we had our second Jacksonville Shabbat meetup with brothers and sisters here in Jacksonville, Florida, with brothers and sisters who are serious about building, about community. We had it out there on the land here, and I came down the middle on my lesson. Y'all could go check it out. It's Laboring to Come Out of Her. That was the title of the lesson. And man, and I came down the middle hard in that lesson, and it took it 2 days. It was in review by YouTube for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And they held it in review because some of the stuff that was brought out in that lesson. And a lesson is no joke. You know what I'm saying? But, so you got to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, like Brother Matt said, And folks I know it'd be funny, but hey, trust me, I'm moving wisely out here because brothers getting flagged. And this medium of communication, I don't think it's gonna be around to forever, but we have to use it just like Paul used the Roman roads and the Roman trade routes to get this truth out. We're using the modern day trade routes to get this truth out for free. It don't take no money. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't asking for no money. What date is this year's conference and location? We're doing a community building conference kind of hangout fellowship, because I'm not going to smash people with 8 straight hours of lectures. There's going to be a couple lessons. We're going to have some survivalists teach all this stuff like that. It's going to be over the Christmas vacation. It's going to be the day before Christmas, the day of Christmas, and the day after Christmas. And you can bring your grills out, grill out, chill in your tent, stay in a hotel, whatever. We're going to have a stage set up and just enjoy it, okay? It's going to be more, I want to encourage a lot of fellowshipping and people getting to know each other and stuff like that. That's what I want to encourage people to do out there. So yeah, that's going to be the game plan, okay? I'm going to have Koya put a flyer together for it here very soon. We just been busy because we've been busy looking for land, building with brothers and sisters here in Jacksonville, Florida, and also putting this Shabbat on. And because it was our first Shabbat, we're getting to know everybody. And then so a lot of the load was taken on by Koya. We had one of the brothers, man, shout out to my Ak, Dorian. He helped out with the food so that Koya could go buy the food. He helped her out financially with the food. And that really helped us out big time. But we know the way it is. It's a lot getting the thing stood up and rolling at first and figuring out who's laboring among you. And then after that, folks can help take the load off. So it's very good, man. We appreciate the brothers and sisters who come out. They've been watching me. And these people come out dead serious to the point where I'm like, whoa. It's like new to me because I realize that they know me, they watch me, but I don't know them. So it takes me off guard when they're like, people are so committed and they're willing to step up and do things. So it's new, but it's awesome, man. I like it. I like what's happening. I like how we're moving, and yeah, so it's good. Y'all give me G-phoners. Y'all got some crazy names there, man. That's funny. Yeah, so but yeah. So yeah, once I get the information and put it out, and like I said, Pastor Dow's gonna be the keynote speaker, of course. And I'm gonna reach out to another Ak, and I want him to teach on self-defense and other things, man. And then I might do a slideshow presentation to lead in the Pastor Dow. And so we'll see. And Ron even said, if Ron can't come now, I'm gonna definitely have him. He's gonna do a video for me, personally made for me for my conference. Shout out to my dude Ron. I was just on the phone with him. Corey put the dates in there. Yeah. And y'all just bear with us. Please bear with us. We've been, me and Coy have been doing a lot of traveling. I meant to have all the information out for this event almost 3 weeks ago. Like I said, but we've been doing a lot of traveling. And as soon as the traveling stopped, the week after that was our first Shabbat out here and weapons training. And then we had to go up to North Carolina, and then we come back. And then this weekend was our second Shabbat, to which we had a large attendance. You know, it was more people who came out. And Most High sending me soldiers, too, because there's a lot of military men up in there. So shout out to all them brothers who came out. If I to meet, I mean, yeah, sis. Yeah, you could come on down. That's right. That's cool. Awesome. You know, and then compound with that, we are in the process of selling our house. We thought we were going to have to move out of here a lot quicker. It looks like, you know, we still waiting on the correct buyer for it. But that took a load off because we thought we were going to have to be up out of here in 2 weeks. But it's going to, you know, that thing's going to go a little slower. So we're doing a lot. It's foundational building. You know, to get the ball rolling at first takes a lot of energy. Once it's up and rolling, it ain't too big. So, yeah, we appreciate all the brothers and sisters coming together, helping us out, supporting us. We appreciate it, man. And I appreciate the growth in my wife, Koya. I mean, she was already an asset. She already done a lot to support me and what I'm doing. And she understands the direction I'm going in. But I'm telling you, ever since we linked up with Pastor Dow, Straightway, and some of the teaching that's come up out of there and the examples we've seen with Straightway and Pastor Dow, it really, Koya has really grown a whole lot more in that. And she is like, I mean, she's an example to me and the other women. It's like, you know, just the growth I've seen in a man, and she go hard in the paint. I tell you, man, she been going hard. It was a lot for her just because she had to take on a lot this weekend here, you know. So I appreciate that. So yeah, it's a lot going on. So definitely, y'all sisters, man, if y'all support Koya, you know, help her. If you're in a position to, you know, I know a lot of sisters, they're going to, because some of the sisters we linked up with this Shabbat, they're going to, we know they're going to help take the load off. So, because they got that mindset, that sisterhood mindset. So it's going to be good, man. There's a lot of things going on. And like I said, we're about this thing. We're about nation building. Okay. We're about anything we could do to help y'all. Somebody asked, what date is this year's conference and location? And the location, we're going to have it on our land. All right. We have some land here that a sister made me the steward of, and we're going to have it there on the land. As you know, here in Jacksonville in December, the weather down here is still amazing. You know what I'm saying? You might max have to put on a sweater. You know, it might be 50 degrees out or something. So y'all willing, the weather will cooperate, but we're going to have tents out there and stuff like that. So it'll be a comfortable environment. But yeah, it's going to be on the land. We're having it out there on the land, so we ain't got to charge our arm and a leg to come out here. We want to keep the cost to the registration fee maybe to $20 at the most. But if I could get it down below that, depending on how it goes when I raise the funds for this, if I could get it below that, all praises. That'd be perfect. Because the main things we need, I got to buy a tent or 2 tents right now, depending on how many people register. Right now, I got to buy 2 20 by 40 foot tents, which are about $1,000 a piece. If more people register, I'll buy another big tent. And then I'm going to build a stage. So we need the wood for that, and I'm going to have a stage. But yep, Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, so we're going to do that. So let me see. Let's discuss how I might be okay. The email, if you think you might be able to be of assistance in any way, and not just money, we're going to raise some money, but if in any way, my email address is right there on the screen, info@spiritualcombat.org. Okay. So yeah, but we're going to be putting out a lot of information here very soon. and it'll be good. I just gotta make, literally, I think I gotta make one phone call, and then I'll put all this information out. And yeah, if you want to be of assistance, because what we're trying to do is do this as a nation. I'm not trying to rent out some conference center in a hotel downtown. I want to make provision for people to, if they want to keep costs down even more, you bring your tent out and stay on the land. But again, then bathrooms and showers come in, and we got to take that into account. So all this stuff we got to, we got to take into consideration, But we want to make it, we want to give you an alternative, because by the time Christmas comes around, we be so beat down with all this holiday bull crap. It's like, what in the hell? So I want something that brothers and sisters could come out, fellowship, just sit outside in some lawn chairs, grilling out, chopping it up with your brothers and sisters, and watching the performances and the lessons and getting taught on communion and all this stuff. So I just want something out there that's an alternative for the brothers and sisters to come to. So that's all we doing, man. I want it to be dirt cheap, because I don't want y'all to have to pay travel costs and hotel costs, then event costs, So we're going to try to make it dirt cheap, And if you don't want to pay, and the hotels near where we're having it at are dirt cheap, okay? And on top of that, if you just want to be on the land, you be on the land. We're going to see if we can make provisions for that, depending on how much money we can raise. Because that's going to take on another aspect that we have to put a mobile a thing on there. What do you call it? Like a mobile shower or bathroom or something, and that costs more money. And somebody, actually, a brother was telling me we could. He knows how to make a shower because he does sprinkler system. So we'll entertain that too, if you want to rough it. So whatever. Anyway, y'all, with that said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to get ready to head into work. Just want to get that information out there. I feel like it was a good show. And with that said, I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat.